Hello people there out in the world of YouTube. Cameron here, coming to you from the city of Geelong in Victoria, Australia. And those of you who are Australians will can tell by looking at me, I don't barrack for the Cats, I barrack for the Saints. Anyway, look, what I thought I'd talk to you about today is the album by the Beatles, Please Please Me, their first album. This is the CD version, and the version I've had for over 24 years, or about 24 years, the LP version, which of course, you know, is a bit hard to use these days, but that is the LP version. The backs are different, I don't know why that is, maybe other LP versions have this on it, but anyway, look, what I thought I'd do is just show you the LP version and, well, cover and get it right up the CD. But I'm going to talk about the album, of course. One thing I noticed just the other day is the songs are credited McCartney-Lennon rather than the famous Lennon-McCartney. I don't know why that is. I suppose I could always Google it and do that, you know, and find out why. But if anyone knows why, drop a comment in the comment section. I think at one stage McCartney was going to credit the songs he wrote as McCartney-Lennon and change it from Lennon-McCartney, but this one, I think, from what I can gather, maybe it's always been McCartney-Lennon on this particular album. It's a great album. Look, it's got a lot of short songs on it. In fact, I don't think any of them go over 3 minutes, whereas opposed to this one that I bought again this morning as well. This is like their 1967 to 1970, showcases their songs from that era, or some of them. They're credited Lennon McCartney, of course, and a lot of these songs don't go under 3 minutes. So they evolved as a band over the years, and probably say these early songs on this one are rock and roll, whereas some of their later music, I wouldn't call it rock and roll, I just call it rock. I believe there's a difference, maybe some people don't. This is a great album though, as I say, it is pretty much pure rock and roll with a few ballads thrown in there. Starts off with the song I Saw Her Standing There, and in fact the album starts with just that classic 1, 2, 3, 4 into the song. Great guitar playing, got a great drive to it, that song, and it is a brilliant song to start the album off with. The second song is Misery. That is probably not one of my favourite songs. It's a good, you know, Lennon-McCartney song, or McCartney-Lennon as it says on the back of the ear, but not one of my favourites. But look, it's alright. The next song is called Anna, with, in brackets, Go to Him, credited to someone, Alexander. I don't know who that is, but it's not a bad song. It's I probably enjoyed a bit more than Misery. And there's probably not one a song this day and age you'd ever really associate as being a Beatles song, but there it is, it's on the album. Chains, another non-Beatles, well, wasn't written by the Beatles. I have heard other renditions of the song Chains, as a matter of fact, but this is good. It's got nice guitar playing to it, good sound to the song, a nice melody. And it's good, you know, to have it on the albums. When they were new, the Beatles, they couldn't write full Lennon-McCartney songs, couldn't fill a whole album. Although I think, at least, I think A Hard Day's Night was a song that was an album that was entirely written by the Beatles. I think that was the first one, but this is their early days, so of course they're not going to have written everything on the album. The next song is Boys, another one that wasn't written by the Beatles. Ringo took the vocals on that one, with the other Beatles doing backing vocals. So not bad for Ringo's debut as a singer on Beatles albums. I think they used to give him one song per album to sing on. And this is all right. You know, it's not bad. It's not my favourite song done by the Beatles by any stretch of the imagination, but it's all right. Next one is another one written by the Beatles. Ask Me Why. It's all right. I mean, as I say, these songs here are probably getting really. So it's very Beatles were almost in their infancy, and so they're not going to be those songs they're overly famous for. You wouldn't say, oh, the Beatles were famous for Ask Me Why. So no, it's more of a ballad, and it's all right. It's got some good guitar work. You listen to the songs closely; they have great guitar work, great rhythm guitar. They're just brilliant. And next song, and in the old days it was the last song on side one of the LP. Please Please Me. Please Please Me is probably, well, it's named, same name as the album, and this is probably one of the first songs you would say, yes, this is a Beatles song. The Beatles are famous for this song. Great, you know, it's got great mouth organ parts, and it's just, I think Paul McCartney said he wanted to do it in more of a, more of a sort of Roy Orbison style, I think he said, or something like that, but it became a rock and roll song. Starting on what would be side 2 of the LP is Love Me Do. Now that's probably their first real hit. It's not a bad piece of music, and once again you'd say that is a song that is a Beatles song. You'd associate the Beatles with that. It is them. To me it's not their most exciting song, basically because it's, although John plays great, you know, harmonica on it, or mouth organ on it, and you know, good rhythm, well, so pretty much George plays the rhythm bit on this one, and because John's either singing without playing the rhythm from memory, and George is playing the rhythm guitar bit. It's not as I say, it's not the most favourite song of the Beatles. You know, there's only about one cymbal crash in the whole song, but it's all right. I'd say it's okay. I actually do like that song. P.S. I Love You, another one written by the Beatles. That nice sounding piece of music. It's the guitar work in the background is spectacular, and once again though, it's not really you wouldn't call that one rock and roll. More of a ballad again. Just a nice piece of music. Baby It's You, that was not written by the Beatles. It's credited to David, Williams and Bacharach. Not the most exciting song on the album, but it's good. And it's just not, you know, what can I say? It's not my favourite song, it's not my least favourite song. It's just, it's on the album and I quite enjoy it. A taste of, sorry, I've skipped one. Do You Want to Know a Secret? This is a Lennon McCartney song, and the vocals are by, lead vocals are George. It is a good one. I like that one quite a bit. It's one of their quieter songs again, not a thump and driving song, but it's a good song. And probably a lot of the songs, actually, come to think of it, are quite a bit softer on this album. More ballads than normal, but they are still, I still call this one rock and roll rather than straight rock. Now I will go to A Taste of Honey. Taste of Honey, the one I remember is the instrumental sort of big band style version with like a fast paced almost walking bass in the background, and trumpets playing the melody line, and I like that piece of music. It is a great piece of music, and the Beatles do it with vocals a lot slower, but it's all right. It's I keep saying, you know, a song is not my favourite, not my worst, but it's a good song. There's a Place, that is Lennon McCartney. It's McCartney Lennon, sorry, it's credited here, but it's another one written by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. It's alright, it's quite a good piece of music. And then the last one, which is probably what a lot of people would associate the Beatles with, is Twist and Shout. That is not written by them, but they pretty much made it their own, I reckon. Everyone knows the Beatles did that song. You watch Beatles anthology videos and those kind of things, and you can tell, well, there's a lot of videos of them doing the song, and it's good. It's just brilliant. That is a rock and roll song of sorts, and just, great backing vocals, great lead vocals, and great guitar work. Anyway, that is the Please Please Me album. As I say, if anyone knows why the songs are credited McCartney Lennon rather than Lennon McCartney, let me know. And yeah, so look, a lot of people have probably relegated this one down the very bottom of their list of Beatles albums. Probably they weren't quite established as a rock and roll band at this stage. But you've all got to start somewhere, and this is definitely not a done album. It's a brilliant album, and they wrote so many songs on their debut album. For a band to do that is pretty good. And yeah, look, as I said, you've got to start somewhere. They started here. It's quite a good album. Feel free to drop some comments of what you like about it. And yeah, look, what I'll do, I'll sign off now and have a good day.